Released the first half of their top 100 NBA player rankings heading into this season. The Clippers' latest edition of Serge Ibaka came in at 66th on the list. That's at least 10 spots higher than all three of the Lakers' big offseason additions of Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Schroder, and Marc Gasol. So, Shannon, what does this tell you?
It tells me the Lakers made out like bandits.
Bandits?
Yeah, Skip. So are you telling me that Serge Ibaka by himself is better than Trez, Schroder, and Gasol? So it's basically, Skip, would you rather have a $100 bill or would you rather have three 50s, two 10s, and a 5? Exactly. We got three, y'all got one. And
Really?
guess what we got that y'all don't have? Oh, GOAT.
Who was the odds makers' favorite going into the playoffs? The Clippers were. And all of a sudden, you're over there gloating and raving about all your acquisitions. And I'm saying,
Who's the favorite right now?
well, wait a second. Marc Gasol, look, he plunged on this list. He was 61st a year ago. He's now 96th. And you're saying he's the real deal?
Watch what he does with GOAT
Really?
James.
Wait a second. Schroeder is only 79th on this list?
What was he last year?
Montrez is only 76th, and he's the sixth man of the year.
That's my point.
And then we move all the way up to 66th, and there's Serge sitting there, who was the acquisition of the year in Los Angeles.
Let me ask you a question, Skip. Serge Ibaka could have been sixth man of the year because he started enough games on the bench where he could have been sixth man of the year. Was he even in the run? He was not one of the three not finalists.
Yeah, 15-8, I'll take it.
What was Schroeder? 18-5. What was Trez?
Yeah.
18-7.
Trez, sixth man of the year, wants to be second man of the year for the Lakers. Yes,
Watch
he does.
Watch what we get. See what we do? That's what LeBron always gets these guys like this and say, watch what I do with them.
Really?
Watch what I do with them.
Yeah, well, we'll see how you do with a guy who was a problem for the Clippers.
Yeah, because you know why? Because y'all want a little management. Y'all want to get talking about, guys, we need to play together. Well, let's practice together.
I think the case is closed right here.
Yeah,
I have a feeling that this Lakers-Clippers rivalry situation between you two, it's going to be fun this season. Sorry about the Cowboys again, Skip. What can I say? That's all for Undisputed. The herd is on right now. Have a good day, guys. 9 Warriors, and, of course, the most recent title as a Laker in the Orlando bubble were the two most difficult ever. So, Shannon, is he right?
Skip, it's really hard to offer a fair assessment or qualify this, but I'm going to agree with him. I think the 70, coming back from 3-1 down, or 1-3 down, if you come back, you're 1-3 down, however you want to look at it, Skip. 73-19, two-time league MVP. He won the last award, a unanimous, average 30, was a 50, 40, 90 guy, 50% from the field, 40% from the three, and 90% from the free throw line. To overcome that was, and then when you look at what they did last year, Skip, we can't get people to stay in their own homes because they said, I need to go out, I'm depressed. And there are so many others, and you mentioned like the Clippers didn't want to be there, but for him, to channel, says, you know what, I just got to be here mentally, and I got to get my team to lock in mentally. And I said this before, Skip, he treated the bubble like I treated college. Hell, I'm here. I might as well get me a degree. LeBron James say, hell, I'm here. I done quarantined all this time. I done left my family. I done left my mom, Savannah, the kids. Hell, I might as well win a title. And that's what he did. He locked in.
A lot of kids go ahead and get degrees.
They went to get a degree.
Okay.
I went to stay eligible to go to the NFL. I majored in eligibility the first 3 years, and I was like, you know what? I'm on track to get a degree. Let me go to get that thing there, Skip.
Well, how hard was that?
It wasn't that hard at all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Skip, you know, you got to get, it's cold. Sometimes it's cold in the morning getting up and going to class.
In Savannah, Georgia?
Yeah, it get cold sometimes.
Not
on the college by the sea. But you know what, Skip? I agree. I mean, you know how it is, Skip. And you said before when you was locked in, you didn't know what was going to go on with the show and the quarantine, and you got like, whoo, it's tough. Now imagine being GOAT James and you quarantine. Not only got you stay focused, but you got to try to win a title because people like you, he's never going to get an easier chance. The title was right there for him. It was served up.
Yep, it was.
He got it.
He got it. He did it. But it was the easiest path to a title ever.
Hardest. Everybody that was in the bubble said it was hard.
How can you try to sell that?
I've heard everybody that was down there, from Rachel Nichols to all of those ones that were in there, says you've never seen anything like it. You've never seen anything like it.
Yeah,
And
I don't think Rachel played in any of those games. I might have missed it, but I don't know.
No, see, there you go, Skip.
Okay.
She said it was tough.
Okay, I got it. And I'm sure it was, because it was a long time. And obviously for the team that won it was a really long time.
Yeah, when they got into July all the way to October?
Yeah, but they got treated like kings.
Yeah, Skip, you treated like a king in your own home.
Well,
you get to go and come.
Yeah, okay. I got big issues with both of these because I'm here to make the case that Golden State team was overrated.
Oh, my.
I'm sorry, because look at what happened. LeBron had them on the ropes in 2015, the year before, and he didn't even have Kyrie and Kevin Love, and he had them on the ropes.
Right, and they were better.
They're up 2-1. Game 4 is in LeBron's house, and he spit the bit. I thought this was going to be his greatest achievement, because I told you that 3-game stretch going into that was the greatest I've ever seen. He was just carrying that team by himself. Yeah. He was exposing the Warriors because they were in big trouble. And in Game 4, in his house, he shot 7 of 22 and 1 for 4 from 3 and 5 of 10 from the free throw line. And they got blown out by 21, and that was the end of it because the Golden State just took it over from there, thanks mostly to Iguodala coming off the bench into the starting lineup. Okay, so then we fast forward to the next year. And I got to tell you, Steph got exposed in games 4, 5, and 6 because I dare anybody to go look at his numbers from 4, 5, and 6. He had 7 assists to 12 turnovers in those 3 games. Yeah. And the deeper they got, the worse he got, because in the fourth quarters of those 3 last games that they lost in a row, he shot 6 of 20 from the floor and 3 of 12 from 3 and never got to the free throw line in any of those 3 fourth quarters. And remember, the last fourth quarter in Game 7 in his house in Oracle, he shot 1 of 6 and 1 of 5 from 3 and had that horrendous behind-the-back turnover. He threw it in the 12th row. Remember that?
We did that.
Okay, you did do a lot of great things, and I give you that. But Kyrie made the shot of shots to finally slam the door on Golden State.
We had to block up blocks.
Okay, and remember, that whole series turned on a suspension I have never, ever seen. In the middle of an NBA Finals, the commissioner and company decided that guy has to go for a game. And they're up 3-1. We're going to Game 5 back at Oracle.
Man, nobody tell Draymond to think he had Radio City Music Hall and he a Rockette and kicked the man like he did.
He also called him the B word so audibly that Kiki Vandeweghe, the Minister of Justice, could hear it in the second row.
And we were cooler heads prevailed, so because he turned out to be a good friend.
Have you ever seen a key player on a team that looked like it was bound to win a championship get suspended in the middle of an NBA Finals? They just don't do it.
Hold on. They suspended Amari Stoudemire when he shoved Robert Horry. You remember?
Okay, but he ran out. Which one are you talking about? Was it versus the Spurs?
Yes.
That was in the conference.
Yeah, they shouldn't have suspended him, and they'd have won.
Okay, I'll give you that one. But this was the NBA Finals.
Skip, the man, you saw the man kick the man like that.
Right. But usually they just fine him.
Skip, he got a history. How many he had kicked Steve here, big
it
Adams.
Changed everything because all of a sudden Golden State was already shaky enough without their soul. He's their heart and soul. He's their glue player, right? And then once the momentum switched to LeBron, they could just never quite get it back. And I give LeBron all the credit. But was that hard?
Yeah.
Was that Steph got exposed?
And Draymond,
Steph shrank, played smaller than he is.
And Draymond liked to change everything. LeBron was a baritone, and then for like 2 days, he was a tenor.
All right, he was. I got it. And you're right about that. But I can't give you one of the hardest ever.
Was.
Okay. Now, let's go to last year.
Has it ever been done before? Anybody ever came back in the NBA Finals?
Okay.
So
but
that's
last year,
number one.
I promise you, this was the easiest path to a ring ever. It was so easy that the rings are made of cubic zirconia.
You a hater.
I'm sorry.
No, they're not.
They get Portland in the first round, and Portland is 35-39, and Damian gets hurt mid-series, and it's over. It was so they should have won Game 1, and they blew it. They're up 7 with 6 minutes to go, and LeBron's dribbling the ball up the court. And I think this game's over, and they blew the lead.
Let me ask you a question, Skip. You never said anything about Boston 86 team when they played Jordan, who was sub 500. Am I correct? Was that team sub 500? Nobody says anything about that. We don't try to diminish that.
Are you comparing Damian Lillard to Michael Jordan?
I'm saying, Skip, all I'm saying, they were both 8 seeds. You told me, Skip, there were some greats that had picked Portland to beat the Lakers.
A couple did.
They did
I'm not sure they were greats, but whatever.
Oh, Charles Barkley, was he great?
All right, he was a great player, but I don't know about the commentating part. Okay, so now we moved to round 2. And right on schedule with the series tied 1-1 against Houston, Daniel House gets kicked out of the bubble. Kicked out.
Wow.
the guy that Mike D'Antoni just said might be the most improved player in the league, and it turned into one of the better players. He was integral to what they were, who they were. 3 and D.
Skip, do you realize?
And they fell apart.
Skip, of the
Mm-hmm.